I would say it's time for another fountain pen shootout. And today we're going to have a look at these two pens. And I thought I might do this because I had this on loan from Appelboom Pennen. This is the Bonheur, Montblanc Bonheur, and I thought, what if someone is confused between, should I get a Montblanc Meisterstuck 146, this is the rose gold trim, but they also come in yellow gold or platinum trim, or should I get a Bonheur? Roughly speaking, what are the differences? Well, the 146, of course, classic design, been around for quite a long time. This happens to be the 90th anniversary one, but you can get them in other types too. The only thing that's really different is the nib. The biggest difference, because I think price-wise they are about comparable, the biggest difference is that the 146 is a piston-filled pen. Right now it has a fairly dark inking, so you can't see, but there is an ink window right there. As I said, you can't really see. You see a little bit of blue right there, but it's kind of hard to see. Whereas the Bonheur is a cartridge converter filled pen, and I think mainly cartridges, because it has such a narrow, small barrel that I don't think you'll be able to fit in a converter very easily. So that's the biggest difference that you get, that piston filler on the 146. 14 karat nib on the 146 here, this one, and 14 karat nib on the Bonheur. Another big difference is, of course, the size. The 146 is sort of in the middle. There's the 144 that's smaller, and there's the 149 which is bigger, mainly girthier. But that's another big difference. So if you really have smaller hands, I think the Bonheur will serve you very well. But if you have larger hands, and the Bonheur is not really, for me this is really pushing it. I find it uncomfortable to hold this, it's too small. Whereas the 146, even if you have larger hands, it's still very comfortable. I find this a really good size. If you compare that, for example, to a 149, that's a really big girthy pen. I can't even really, have my fingers all touch each other when I hold this. I still like it a lot, but it's very, very big. And I think this is a very nice in-between size. So of all the Montblanc sizes, this is great for impressing people. But if you don't really care about that, I think the 146 is very good for most users, because it's long enough, thin enough, but girthy enough to be held comfortably by a lot of different types of hands, and I find it very pleasant. So I think that is one of the big advantages. It's just a very, very good size. This is very dainty, very nice, elegant, and that may simply not be for everyone, especially the people with larger hands. I mean, that section, as you can see here, that's really, really skinny. So simply not for everyone. I think that's the main difference. So I'll do a quick writing bit for the two so you can get an idea of how they write, and that's all there's to it. So, hope this was useful so far. Let's see how they write. Bye. Okay, let's see how they write then. Here we have a Montblanc Meisterstuck 146. The ink is dandy turquoise, and this is a oblique double broad nib. Very smooth, very pleasant nib. And also quite wet Rhodia paper. Now, I think the Bonheur much smaller. Here with Pelican Royal Blue, Bonheur. Also a smooth nib, finer than that on the 146, but still nice, smooth, and also still pretty wet. So two very different pens, a very different writing experience, a bit more metal on this model, but a very small pen, so it's not that much heavier. That's, I think, the biggest difference. So, interesting pens. Okay, if you look in the market for something smaller and dainty, then this might be a good model. And the 146, well, that's yeah, a more traditional classic pen. Also very interesting. I hope this comparison is useful, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye.
Bye.